So now we're going to do some fixes here. So when we play the game, we'll press play, you can see a couple of issues are happening. So one of the things is when we're rotating, and I'm going to scroll in on this side here, when we're rotating the platform, it's got a weird angle. It's like kind of like a cupboard door, which is not what we want. We kind of want it being as fair as possible. So what we do is we go to our level parent, we drag our cube back out. You can see our level parent's right there, which is not where we need it. We need it right smack bang in the middle. So I'm going to do 0. I'm going to do 0, and you can see it's just not in the correct position because it's not in the middle. So we need to just drag it up a little bit. So I'm going to drag it like to here, which I think will be fine. I'll drag this cube back in, I'll press play, and then we've got things moving a bit more fair here. You can see it kind of goes up on each side, so that's kind of what we want from it. Now with the player ball, if our threshold, make sure we're -10, and if we keep going, it's moving a lot better now. Here we go, and we've done it. But sometimes you can see the ball will drop and will just fade through. Now there's a couple of fixes to it. The first fix is to look at our rigid body here. So we want to make sure our drag is 0, our angular drag's low as well. But then there's a couple of settings down here. So interlope, we want to put onto yes, and we want to put our collision to be continuous. Now hopefully this should stop a lot of the issues of it just stopping randomly, because we're continuously looking at the rigid body. It's constantly going, right, what's going on, what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'll fall through again, and we've reset, and you can see the ball's reset properly now. So playing around with these different functions, trying to fix these different things, that's what is going to help you kind of get more understanding about the engine. Because as you see there, it's kind of happened again. So we've got to try and look at, well, it just seems to be when it spawns in again, it doesn't want to work. So if we restart and we press play again, the first time we do it, it's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong. And I'm going to hold the front arrow down, and then when the next one spawns in, it's working as well. And I keep going, keep going. The third one spawns in, it's working as well. And we keep going, keep going. So I'm trying to queue out, I'm trying to think what's breaking this. So if I let go of everything and then press play again, that's when the issue is. Because there's nothing happening, the ball has gone into the floor, or is not kind of registered that everything's moving about. So I'll show you again. If I press play and we press forward with the ball for the first time, it works. Now once we get to the end, I'm going to let go of my mouse and keyboard, so I'm not going to touch anything, and it's stopped. And if I move, it's all breaking. So we need to find the fix for that. So we need to find the way to stop that from happening. So if we're looking at kind of the issues at hand, like I've just gone away, I've just had a look, and I think it's all to do with our physics. So I think it's to do with the actual tilt controller. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'm going to have a look. So I think the issue is right now is that this is quite bare minimum to get it moving, and I think because we've done it quite easy and quite fast, it's not been correct. So I'm going to add a start function, and I'm also going to add a private rigid body, and I'm going to call it RB. And all I'm going to do is RB equals get component rigid body. Now this time we're going to add a rigid body, and we're going to do some of the physics based off that, because what I think is happening, because the cube that we're landing on doesn't have physics to it, it's not reacting well when it moves too late. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this update to a fixed update, And we get rid of this bit of text at the top. And fixed update is called in every fixed frame. So we can leave this as it is, but we're just going to change this line down here slightly. So what we're going to do is I'll go underneath. I'm going to do the word needed for the rotations. I'm going to do target rotation, and it goes equal, and I'm just going to copy and paste this line from above there. And what I'm going to do is just do rb.move rotation and target rotation. So comparing to what we were doing last time, this time we're rotating it using a rigid body. So hopefully, if I'm going to hold Control and then KC to comment all that out. So that's Control and then KC. I go back to the game now. The first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add that rigid body here. Now I'm going to turn off its gravity and I'm going to make it its kinematic. So this basically will control, like if we left gravity on, we're just going to fall forever. If it's kinetic, it's going to stay in one place. But it's still going to rotate for us. So if I press play now, it should all hopefully be working. So we've got our movement. And we'll slowly go down. There we go. So now it's all working. We've got the game basics we need. The next thing we need to focus on is adding a goal to go through to complete the level and some collectibles at some point.